Hello, ladies and gentlemen watching on YouTube, and welcome to race number 7 of Season 10 NNSCRA Walmart Cup Series action. I am Levi McIntyre, a.k.a. Thrash Maniac 99, the voice of NNSCRA Walmart Cup Series, here to welcome you to the Bojangles 500 here at Tennessee Superspeedway, where we are getting set. We are getting set to go 30 laps of racing here at this big 3-mile restrictor play racetrack in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee, Tennessee Superspeedway. So, this is also the second race of the Tennessee Trifecta. Last week was Bristol, we come to Tennessee this week, next week we go to Nashville Superspeedway for some mile-and-a-half racing. But before we look at the lineup, let's take a look and see how the top 10 in the points look coming into the race tonight. Chase Oliver, after a dominating performance last week at Bristol, he takes the points lead over. Second is Pichu London, third is Carson Gum, fourth Michael Norman, fifth Jesse Setti. Sixth is John Cittadino, seventh Tanner Sullivan, eighth Zach Rogers, ninth Charles Sanford, and then 10th is Austin Mongold. So, also another interesting development that happened, Dorian Facepuncher ended up falling out of the top 30 in points, so he ended up using Champions Provisional, so only 10 drivers in the Go Home session made it in this week. And with that being said, let's take a look and see the lineup for tonight. Starting in the last row is Dylan Young and Tanner Sullivan. In the top 10, Tim Walsh is on the pole for tonight. Starting next to him is Sky Commons. If you just give me just a second. That's better. Anyways, row 2 is Jessica Sheldon and John Cittadino. Row 3 is Pichu London, James McLeod. Row 4, William Brock and David Rivera. And then row 5, Austin Mongold and Anthony McCreary. So with that said, let's go ahead and get the command to fire engines for the Bojangles 500.
Drivers, start your engines!
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And also what's interesting is that in the top 10 you got 3 Roush cars. Starting in the top 10 you got Pichu London, David Rivera, Austin Mongold, all up there. And also, because I changed the pacing speed up quite a good bit, I made the pacing speed 120 miles an hour because I remembered last season when we came here, the miles per hour rating was so low that it took a long time for them to make a pace lap around here. And it looks like we're getting set to go racing. And boogity, 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 let's go racing. Well, lap 1 complete, and Austin Mongold led that lap, and Trent Dunham now going into the lead, and for some reason a couple cars are going into pit road. Austin LaPlante and Tanner Sullivan. This could be pit strategy for the early going of this race. because pit stops is going to be a big factor for the race. Now, as you can tell, a lot of the field got spread out once the race started. I don't know if a couple guys just did not get going and it held up so many people and it caused several different packs to form or what. I'm not entirely sure. Or it could have been from the whole deal with the pacing speed. But either or, it's still clean and green so far here in the early going. Trent Dunham has the lead and leads at the line. Trent Dunham now trying to hold off David Rivera as well as two Red Bull Racing teammates, Emmanuel Hartnett and Anthony McCrory. Charles Sanford up high. Now keep in mind, the last time we were at a restrictor plate track, Charles Sanford won the Daytona 500, so he's going to try to go for 2 plate race wins in a row this season. And he's up there on the high lane. Not the best line to be on a plate track. You want to be on the low lane in order to get a big run going. James Shelley kind of straggling in the back as a result of that whole mishap on the start of the race, where it separated everybody. As I'm still trying to figure out as to why that was, but David Rivera leads, but now here comes Emmanuel Hartnett for the spot. Emmanuel Hartnett, can't remember what start of the season this would be for him, I think. Sorry for the pause. This is his 3rd start this season. He raced last week at Bristol, if I recall. And now he's up here leading the way here in Tennessee Superspeedway. And look, a couple more guys coming up here. Chris Washer, James Richardson in the 98 wanted to go homers. Now in the picture, whoa, contact between himself and Chris Washer. They need to back off each other real quick, otherwise the big one would occur. And they do back off. But yeah, this track is very roomy. You can make 5 wide work even if you wanted to. Even though I honestly wouldn't recommend it, it is possible to make it work. But anyways, Hartnett led that lap, and now David Rivera's got a run on the outside, trying to get by for the top spot. There you see a little bit further back, another pack of cars trying to make something happen. Right now that the tail end of the pack is Matt Skoenberger, and he's starting to lose the pack, so it was a 20-car main lead pack. Everyone else is pretty much separated. David Rivera led that lap. Actually, no, it was Emmanuel Hartnett, just barely though. And then you got a little pack right here in the very back of the field. And then a 5-car pack up ahead of them. And then up ahead of that is a 6-car pack. And now Matt Skoenberger has reached back into the main draft. So now it's still anybody's race up in the top 20. But man, those guys who are running in the very back are hoping and praying for a caution to come out, so that way they can be back up here with everybody else to battle for the win. I see good friends working together. Anthony McCrory and Seth Cole trying to work their way up here. James Richardson up in the high lane. David Rivera led that lap. Emmanuel Hartnett now going to fall in line behind his teammate McCrory. But now McCrory's going to force Seth Cole up, and now the Red Bull Racing cars are going to work together to get by the 52. But now Hartnett separates, and now it's 3 wide for second. As this 20-car pack is still racing really well. And then behind that, a good 5 seconds behind them is a little 6-car pack. And then another 4.5 seconds back is a 5-car pack. And then about 2 seconds back From what I can see, it's a 10-car pack. And they're rapidly catching those 5 cars up ahead of them. So that could turn into a 15-car pack momentarily, and then they can maybe work together to gain a little bit of ground on anybody else up ahead of them. So at any moment, this will turn into a 15-car pack from what it would look like. I don't know, I'm trying to do some different calculations here. I don't know, for some reason it's not really being completely accurate. Oh yeah, it's because LaPlante and Sullivan are a lap down because they had to pit, that's why. I was trying to figure out what in the world was up with the scoring, but I completely forgot about that. Back up here at the front, it's still David Rivera leading Emmanuel Hardnett. Now Charles Sanford's back up here in the mix. William Brock in the 33 now running up here. And I think this is only his second start this season in that 33 car. So good run going so far for that 33 team. And now that 10-car pack is definitely catching up to that 5-car pack up ahead of them. And then they're a good ways away from the 6-car pack that's ahead of them, being led by Dorian Facepuncher in the 21st position. And then 5 seconds ahead of them is the big 20-car pack. Still being led by David Rivera, and then the last car in the pack is Pichu London, the points leader. Or actually, no, the guy second in points, excuse me. The points leader, Chase Oliver's back here in the 10 to almost 15-car pack in the very back of the field. As the cars in that 10-car pack led by Dylan Young are only little more than a second behind those 5 cars ahead of him. Meanwhile, the 6-car pack that's up there still trying to reach to that main draft, but it's just not working out for them. Although the main pack's starting to kind of spread out a little bit to mostly single to double file racing with a couple of 3-wide spots going on, as David Rivera still leads. James Richardson, a fellow Ford for Yates Racing, right behind him. But technically, they could be considered teammates because Roush and Yates Racing are affiliates together because of the same engine program. Seth Cole now trying to get underneath for second, and here comes Austin Mongold, David Rivera's teammate out of Roush. Still clean and green here in Tennessee. As we continue to look on, and yes, now that 10-car pack has caught those 5 cars, so now it's a 15-car pack from 27th on back to 39th. James Shelley's the only one that's not in any kind of draft pack as a result of falling so far behind. But keep in mind, pit strategy is still going to cause a huge hiccup here in the race because who knows who's going to pit when and where. And if we had cautions coming out, then that would cause a big ruckus in the scoring. David Rivera still hanging on to that lead, and Seth Cole's actually doing tandem pushing to get him ahead. But now Trent Dunham moving into 3rd. I see Matt Skoenberger in the 80 trying to use the high lane, but nobody's up there with him. DJ Curtis is up here in the pack, John Cittadino, Jessica Sheldon, Zach Flickinger, Sky Commons, Johnny Gardner, James McLeod. Peachy London, Tim Walsh, although Tim Walsh is kind of starting to lose the main draft, but hopefully he can have some kind of luck come his way, kind of like what happened with Matt Skoenberger earlier when he was looking to lose the draft, and now he's back up here in the main pack. And I don't know, Tim Walsh is not looking very good right now, as he's being kind of singled out right now. He's 7 tenths behind Peachy London, so as like I said, mainly in this pack it's kind of spread out a little bit. Meanwhile, that 15 car pack's getting pretty racy right now. 4 wide going on. And then it's a 6-car freight train led by Joshua Collard in a brand new McDonald's paint scheme for that Dodge Charger. And yes, it's looking like Tim Walsh is definitely out of the main pack. As now we are a lap away from halfway here at Tennessee Superspeedway, and Charles Sanford trying to get underneath Seth Cole to break up that tandem, but didn't quite work out that time. Yeah, Tim Walsh has definitely lost the draft, and he is slipping way back. Who knows, maybe he can get into that 6-car pack led by Charles Jackson right now, and we could see what would happen from there on. And uh-oh, wait a minute, Sanford's slowing down. Oh man, he almost got clipped by DJ Curtis. That could have been bad. I think he's out of fuel. Or is he getting ready to get on pit road? I don't know. Pit road here is so weird. I don't know, but he's building back up to speed. I'm not entirely sure as to what just happened with the 03 car. He was slowing down as if maybe he ran out of gas, and now he's back into the throttle. I'm not entirely sure as to what is going on right now. I was thinking that was a potential sign of him coming on the pit road. But as a result of all that, and now James Richardson and David Rivera are doing the same thing. They're getting on the pit road now. But where in the world is the 03? Oh, and there are other cars that are on pit road. Now Charles Sanford gets on. Austin LaPlante and Tanner Sullivan are a couple guys that pitted early, so they're staying out. So this is really going to make things interesting as to who's going to be the leader as a result of all this. David Rivera out of the pits first of the group that came in, led by him, with Seth Cole behind him. And then James Richardson, Matt Skoenberger, and Manuel Hartnett. Can't tell really who's the leader, although Austin LaPlante and Tanner Sullivan are trying to get their lap back, and they're still out on the racetrack. They got a little bit more of a cushion, but I think as a result of all these pit stops, whenever LaPlante and Sullivan come in, everybody will be good on gas for the rest of the way. No official scoring change yet. Maybe this is the battle for the lead going on right now with David Rivera, Seth Cole, and now Seth Cole's going to go by for the top spot, if that is for the top spot. Because like I said, I'm not 100% certain this is the battle for the lead, but we'll see when we get to the line if it changes whatsoever. And yes, Seth Cole is now your new leader, and now the top two have broken away from everybody else. As now that main pack is kind of separated into kind of a several clusters, so to speak. And they're all just spread out. And now here comes LaPlante and Sullivan now into pit road. So now everybody should be good to go on fuel. But Seth Cole leads the way right now here at Tennessee Superspeedway. Chris Washer now moving into the third spot. Austin Mongold right there is 7th on the leaderboard from where he was. I thought I just heard a car scrape something, but I guess it was just something else. Sullivan, LaPlante and Sullivan are still on pit road. I'm not sure as to what's going on with that. That's going to cost him probably another lap of time. I don't know, something's up with John Cittadino's car. He's slow on the track. And from what I saw, it looks like he's got damage. But we're still clean and green. Jessica Sheldon's kind of slow as well. I'm not sure if there was some contact between people and it caused Cittadino to fall way, way back. Because he appears to be off the pace or something. I'm not sure as to what's going on with the 72. But either or, Seth Cole is your leader, and we're about to get to the stripe to take 10 laps to go here at Tennessee Superspeedway. And that small 4-car pack led by Emmanuel Hardnett are definitely catching up to the top 2, and then you got a 4-car pack, but with a few stragglers right behind them. Maybe they can bunch up together and they can catch up to those top 6 in order to make it a bigger battle for the win, potentially. But if they're going to try it, they're going to have to start doing that right now, because when we get to the stripe, it will be 9 to go. Right now, the leader of the 4-car pack is Matt Skoenberger, and you can see they are catching the top 2 pretty quickly. And I think LaPlante and Sullivan are still on pit road. Yeah, they are. I'm not sure as to what the deal is with that. But yes, you can tell they are catching up, and actually that turning right now into a 5-car pack. Maybe into a 7-car pack if McCrory and William Brock can catch up. They're actually slowly catching up to the top 6. But I'm thinking now, as a result of now these top 6 being bunched together, they're going to start pulling away from Mongold and all those guys. So when we get to the line here, it'll be 8 to go here at Tennessee. Seth Cole still leads. David Rivera running 2nd, 3rd Chris Washer, 4th Emmanuel Hardnett, 5th Matt Skoenberger, 6th James Richardson, 3 wide for 7th between James McLeod, Johnny Gardner, and Austin Mongold. 10th is Zach Flickinger, 11th is Trent Dunham, 12th is Anthony McCrory, 13th is William Brock, 14th Tim Walsh, 15th is Pichu London, 16th Sky Commons, 17th Joshua Collard, 18th Charles Sanford, 19th DJ Curtis, 20th Charles Jackson. 21st is Jesse Setti, 22nd Jessica Shelton, 23rd, Connor Morgan. 24th, James Qualls. 25th, battle between Matt McIntyre and Steven Guerrero. 27th is Zach Rogers. 28th, Dylan Young. 29th, Preston Plord. 30th, Dorian Facepuncher. 31st is Michael Norman. 32nd, Marco Martinez. 33rd, Dylan Thoreau. 34th, Kyle Matthews. 35th, Carson Gum. 36th is John Cittadino. 37th is Chase Oliver. 38th, Sean Galligan. 39th, Dylan Poteet. And 40th, James Shelley. And then still on pit road is Austin LaPlante and Tanner Sullivan. Now we have a new leader, Chris Washer. Somehow got around David Rivera for the spot. I thought for a second we were under caution, but I guess not. Washer leads, and it's going to be 6 to go now. James Richardson trying to get in there. Emmanuel Hartnett, David Rivera, Matt Skoenberger working together, and they're actually pulling away from this 6-car pack. Seth Cole forced way up high, and now he's in dead last of the main pack, of the front pack. But they may catch up to James Shelley before the race is over. Oh man, look at that. 4 wide for second. 4 wide for second, and James Richardson makes it work. Now it's going to be 5 to go here at the line, here in the Bojangles 500. The second of 3 Tennessee Trifecta events. As next week we get to our finale of the Trifecta at Nashville. Chris Washer leads, and he's trying to get his 15th career win in the Walmart Cup Series to extend the all-time wins record in this series. But James Richardson wanted to play spoiler to that and be the first rookie this season to win a race. So far, the winners this season, Charles Sanford won the first 2 races this season at Daytona and California. Jesse Setti won at Vegas. If I recall, Pichu London won at Atlanta. Jake Baskinger won at Martinsville, and last week it was Chase Oliver. No rookie yet has won this season. You got 3 of them up here in the top 6 that can make it happen. James Richardson, Emmanuel Hartnett, and Matt Skoenberger. And Matt Skoenberger won to also not only get his first win of the series, but also get the first win for the brand new team of Team Heel Motorsports. I thought something was going down up here with the second group of 6 cars, as it's 4 wide right there. And now the leaders had caught James Shelley, so now that turns into a 7-car pack with Shelley in the mix of it all, so he could either help his teammate David Rivera out, or something else is going to happen, as it's now less than 3 to go here in Tennessee Superspeedway. I don't know, I'm thinking about renaming this track Smoky Mountain Superspeedway, so that way it doesn't get confused with the whole Tennessee Trifecta, stuff like that. But anyways, Chris Washer still hanging on to that top spot. Emmanuel Hartnett in second, and he's got James Shelley underneath of him to prevent anybody from coming underneath for a move. But Shelley has got Matt Skoenberger right behind, so Skoenberger could be going for the second spot. And look at that, 3 different packs all in that frame, but they are separated big time, like within the range of 8 seconds. 2 to go here at Tennessee Superspeedway. Washer leads, but Hartnett's right there. Seth Cole and Matt Skoenberger pull down to get by James Shelley, leaving behind David Rivera and James Richardson, but now Seth Cole's going to break out, but they are going to catch John Cittadino, who is off the pace for some reason. Possibly a result of getting into somebody and it caused them to get some damage. That could shake things up here up at the front. Washer has the lead, but Hartnett's right there on his bumper. Oh, Washer's going to pull away scot-free for now. But now Seth Cole with the run as the white flag is out. White flag is out here in Tennessee Superspeedway. Washer still leads. Seth Cole is second, but do they have enough time to get around him or to make a move? I don't know. Seth Cole is trying. And if Seth Cole can somehow stay up here in the top 2, he could get in the top 30 in points. But here he comes. He's got to run to the inside. James Shelley going to go with him to give him the push. David Rivera right behind his teammate. Shelley's going to move down to prevent Seth Cole from getting the spot all together. David Rivera's trying to make a move. Here he comes. Oh, man, it's going to be close. Richardson right behind him. Who's it going to be? I don't know. Looks like Seth Cole may have it. Checkered flag waves. Seth Cole wins. Holy cow. Seth Cole wins the Bojangles 500 at Tennessee Superspeedway. What a crazy last lap we had. Washer led to the line. Seth Cole gets a run. Shelley goes under him to help David Rivera make a move, and Rivera about had him there. Same with Washer. But holy cow, what a finish. But congratulations to Seth Cole for getting that W. Well, let's look at the rest of the results. As I said, David Rivera came close to getting his first win this season, 11th of his career. But he's going to get his first top 5/10 finish this season in second. Chris Washer himself came pretty close to extending his all-time wins record to 15. But he's going to come away with a great points day in third. James Richardson, the highest finishing rookie, in the 4th spot. Great performance for him, and great run for Emmanuel Hartnett in 5th. Great run for Matt Skoenberger in the 6th position. That'll probably move him into the top 20 in points. Johnny Gardner with a solid finish in the 7th position. Anthony McCreary with a great run in 8th. Zach Flickinger, solid 9th place run. And Austin Mongold, great points day with a 10th place finish. Rest of the top 20, James McLeod, Trent Dunham, Charles Jackson, Charles Sanford, Pichu London, Sky Commons, Tim Walsh, Joshua Collard, DJ Curtis, William Brock. Rest of the top 30, Connor Morgan, Matt McIntyre, Steven Guerrero, James Qualls, Dylan Young, Zach Rogers, Jesse Setti, Jessica Sheldon, Michael Norman, Marco Martinez. Rest of the lead lap cars were Carson Gum, Dylan Thoreau, Dorian Facepuncher, Kyle Matthews, Preston Plord, Chase Oliver, Dylan Poteet, Sean Galligan, and James Shelley. Rest of the cars finished a lap or more down. John Cittadino, Austin LaPlante, and Tanner Sullivan. So that does it for our coverage today here at Tennessee Superspeedway. Next week will be the conclusion of the Tennessee Trifecta as we head to Nashville Superspeedway and what will be an exciting Music City 400. But until then, here are your results, rookie points and regular points heading into Nashville. And this is Levi McIntyre, signing off.